Hello, holy ones. Hello, hello. Welcome to this space. Welcome to this space. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. We have a beautiful connection here to share with you today. So, this is beautiful Melanie. I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about herself, but because she has so much to say, has so many spaces of her that are so incredibly beautiful. But I met Melanie last year in 2023 when I was preparing to go to the Conscious Life Expo in Los Angeles. So they had reached out and said that they do interview the people that are going to hold workshops and lectures, and that someone would be contacting me. And this is the someone. So Melanie reached out, and we had a beautiful space together, and I loved working with her so much. I was honored and grateful to also have some time with her in Los Angeles at the expo, and we got to sit together and go into the quantum together, and it was a really beautiful space. So Melanie and I have continued talking and connecting, and I said, would you consider doing a video with me, and we can share some more information with those who are ready to connect with that space? And she said yes, so here we are. So Melanie, tell them a little bit about you and what you do.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. First of all, thank you. My name is Melanie Aguirre, and I am a researcher, author, hypnotist, trance channel, medium. I assist individuals along their path with, like you said, I have many, many things to offer. But those are the primary things that I'm focusing on now at this time. So
Beautiful, beautiful. Did you recently release a book last year or
I
within the
did. I
last
just
6 months or
released
so?
my second book.
Okay.
That's the Quantum Disclosure Project, Revelations 2 Evolutions. And so the first book was Revelations 1, the beginning. And so in my work, I regress individuals and clients to take them back to their beginning, and so that they can remember who they are, such as their starseed galactic lineage, or to discover their path and purpose and mission, and to just get them back on track with any healing that they might need. So,
Beautiful, beautiful. So then you and I, when we were in Los Angeles together, you came by the booth. We were doing the Acosmic Quantum Energy in the International Ballroom. And we sat there together, and I did a session with you. There was a lot of information coming in, a lot of energy moving. That was, in my opinion, and I love your feedback because we didn't have time to talk. It was so busy. We were both moving in all these different directions very quickly. Um, but in my opinion, it was like we had both interconnected our individual spaces of abilities, alignments, knowings, the anchoring we are in our own forms. And we were connecting and then creating this massive pillar of ah, an antenna and a grounding all at once. So it was like sinking into the earth and expanding into anchor higher knowledge for all who are ready to receive it, and then amplifyingly emanating it out like a grand antenna. So it was really beautiful. And did you get any, like when you were in the space, do you recall any, does that resonate or?
yes, it does resonate. So it is such a sacred space, and to be in a space that you can share with another person to allow your energy to raise is I mean, I could say the word magical, but there's so many. It's expansion. That's the sacred expansion of the creation. Because anytime that I see any of your videos online, and it's every single day that your video will just pop up on my YouTube notifications. And so I watch your videos daily, and I've noticed that the energies have, what do I say? Um, I guess hear the word bonded. So I can resonate with your energy as you do your work. So that means that I pick up on the energies that you're speaking and feeling and doing. So yes, there's just a lot of connection, interconnection there it's hard to explain in human words. It really
Yes.
is. And I know that you can understand that, but
Yes.
there's just more beings around that help support and
Mm.
help and confirm that.
That's beautiful. Yes, it is really hard to convey these topics in human languages. I think that's why we ended up with light language and toning and all these other ways that we're using sound and frequency to assist us, because these spaces are so big. They're so big, and we try to compartmentalize them and identify them, and they're beyond boxes and they're beyond labels. All right. So, what I am picking up on as well with our connection, and I think we both agree on this as well, nothing happens by chance. It's all this divine and orchestrated unfolding. So, what was initially, will you allow a space to be interviewed? And this woman's going to reach out to you and be interviewed. That was like the, connection point, the beginning of the alignment, but it was not the sole purpose, nor even the greatest part of it, if you will. Uh, I do think that, yes, 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 there is much more unfolding here with spaces you already have been and are, and myself as well. But then this understanding of us being the new humans that are ushering ourselves in to this type of unity, collective consciousness, and connectivity. Um, it's a really powerful and really beautiful, but it makes total sense to me to think about the beings we work with and how they are offering higher dimensional understandings, and how we are bridging ourselves into this shift to be more in alignment with unity consciousness and collective consciousness, and balance coming in to the space of humanity as well. So, all right, now, so I love what you're bringing forth, in because you're bringing forth much, like so many different spaces that are really assisting, offering the space for humanity to embrace itself in a new way, and uh, mm, remember who it is, but also then, yes, allow itself to be those spaces of remembrance in addition to its now, which is really a big balance point, because a lot of people I know in my work, they will come and say, I want to know who I am. I want to know why. I want to know what. And Acosma is like, okay, Acosma consciousness, Acosma quantum energy that I teach is all about like, that's good. And let's go ahead and look and let's allow. And then please remember you are more. Do you find you have to do that with people as well when you're guiding them into these remembrances so that they can embrace them, but at the same time remain in that I am as well?
Yes, definitely. People want to seek the answer, but I've realized that it has to start with them. If they're not ready to ask the question, they're not ready to know the answer. And
Mm,
so once they're ready to know the answer, then they have the ability to embrace that and accept it, or they can push back on it. You know,
mhm,
it's almost like asking one parent for one thing and then not liking that answer and going somewhere else for a different answer. So if there's people that are out there that are seeking a specific answer, they need to just drop their expectations, because
mhm,
if someone is focusing on, well, I'm this specific starseed lineage, or I'm this specific starseed lineage, it's just like the human DNA. We are not one specific
mhm,
race or ethnicity. So we expand, and the universe has actually created this place, this beautiful place called Earth, where they combine that DNA. And so we are Lyran, we are Arcturian, we are Pleiadian. And so we have different aspects from different lineages, as we would be familiar with to use. But I think that the people that embrace it, they really do embrace it. And I can understand why some people would push back on that. It might be a fear, it might be a block of programming,
Mhm.
but I think once they get past that acceptance, and I believe that if they are going to ignore it, they will continue to see those signs, and it's just going to keep showing up for them until they
Absolutely.
finally realize and recognize, oh, this is who I am, this is why I'm here, and this is what I meant to do.
Mhm.
So it's all about just falling into that path and purpose and alignment and just allowing the process to flow. I think
I
that's most
love that.
important.
Allow it to flow, allow you to flow, right? Allow us to flow. And I love to remind people that we're ever expanding, we're always, uh, we're never done. I love that. Just accept that you're not going to be done because you're eternal. If you're done, you'll be bored. Don't be done. Be open to being ever, evolving, right? Finding out even more about yourself and being okay with just allowing the space you are right now without needing to uh, have definites, if you will. But being like, I love that you said earlier something about we're on this beautiful planet Earth, and maybe even having more playtime, more connection, more space to just be on this beautiful space that we're in right now. But all right, let's go down this road real quick, too. You have had an AQE session because we did work together. I did a session for you or more, one or more, huh? And then we did one in LA there in person. So that was pretty cool. But it was really busy space as well. What about, and also the AQE Foundations course? So, because you were drawn to this space, you feel an alignment, you feel it's helpful, right? I'll let you use your words. What could you share with people that maybe aren't familiar with Acosmic quantum energy?
Yeah, so thank you for allowing me to share that feedback with you because it is very sacred. And I was drawn to Acosma as soon as I saw the website. It was just something about the energy of the information and the mission, purpose, outcome. But again, it all comes back to the word expansion. And so for me, as I go through these healings or sessions, that I would feel propelled forward,
Mm.
as you would say. So I like to say that, of course, this is the gold pill of expansion. It really is because,
I love that. No one's ever said that before.
or just the gold pill, you hear about the blue and the red, but this is the gold pill.
Gold pill. I love it.
Yes. And it will just take you to a place that you're meant to be within your authentic self and within your surroundings and your path and your purpose. And so if anybody has not experienced this or does not know what it really does, but it really just brings you into an alignment and to clear different pathways within yourself on a quantum multidimensional level. And so it's like I like to use this analogy, it's for anybody who likes space sci-fi movies or parody movies. I don't know if you've heard of the movie Spaceballs.
Yes.
It's like we're going ridiculous speed. We're going warp speed, because your whole life is just being fast forward. And so it's a great space to be if you're ready. And
Mm.
I think that's what's most important is that you really have to be ready to take the steps because it's just gonna, it's a roller coaster. It's a spiritual roller coaster and but it's a good roller coaster, it's not it's not rough, it's not bumpy. It's again, if you just allow
Mhm.
the space around you to change, then you will have no other reason or purpose not to just fall into that alignment as well, because you have no other choice.
I love that. If you will just allow the space around you to change. I love that. That's really big because I've been saying for years now, teaching Acosma, welcome to the space. I say that in everything I hold, welcome to the space. And in my emails, welcome to the space. And I understand that we're asking ourselves to allow the space, like stop seeing it how it was yesterday or how you fear it will be tomorrow, but just be present with it without any judgment, attachment, preconceived idea. Yes. And I love that. Just allow the space to be whatever it is. And then um, I love that you say, because at first it sounds like scary a little bit, but I love the way you came back around with it is, if you're ready, because that's a big part. People take courses of all kinds, right? And they can look at them like information, a certificate, um, you know, but the people that will take that information and take that certificate and what it represents and they implement that energy, they implement those teachings. Yes, that is when they're going to see that space that they're in change. It's the vibrational flow through the being. And we talk about it all the time. Whatever's going on in here is what you're seeing out here. So I love your wording. And the golden pill, that might end up being the thumbnail here. That's fantastic. All right. So I love that. And another thing I really love, I hope this is shared in the way it's intended, but you have an incredibly powerful life and outreach and work and career and business and whatever all the words, all of the above. You've written books, and this in no way makes you feel like you're um leaving what you've built or you're changing lanes. It just lets you do what you already do in an even bigger way, or like it just blesses you in some way for the alignment you're holding to just be more of you. Would that be accurate?
Yes, that's a beautiful way of putting that and saying that, because it is a way of
Yeah.
confirmation to reconnect with myself and my higher self and my team and my galactic team.
Yes.
And it changes the body, it changes the DNA structure, and it activates. And so as the body grows and expands, I I realize that within my own work that I'm doing, that it assists me. So since I do trance channeling, it assists my frequency to clear the channels that need to be cleared
Yeah, Connie.
whenever, before, during, or after any type of session. And so it assists me in the morning and in the afternoon and at night and in my sleep. And so it's become a daily practice. And it really does resonate that you said that. So it does blend in. It's not taking away, because I also do Reiki. So
Hmm.
it is different from Reiki. It's not Reiki. So I've noticed that it's a different type of energy. And I really like the way that the Acosma feels, and I like the way the Cosma flows. I think
Oh,
that's
beautiful.
most important too.
Beautiful. Well, I love that you have this background to you to give these, your take on it, uh, because you have the credentials. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
You,
yes.
you've, you've, you understand these spaces of energy work, and we call Acosma a energetic healing modality and an ascension modality because we did realize early on that it was helping people expand. It was helping people reconnect into their higher mind, their higher heart, their higher flow, their I am. And that just assists in any aspects. It doesn't in any way, uh, ask anyone to uh, limit themselves to now this is what they do. You could, if you want, if you take the course and want to facilitate, but you can also do it for sheer self-expansion and expansion of your own aspects. So I love that you shared it that way, and you have this. Yes. uh repertoire of spaces of you that would be very skilled in reading energy and processing energy. If we could close the space with anything that you think might be helpful for someone who is curious about a cosmic quantum energy and curious about what you're talking about experiencing, um, what would you offer them thought wise for moving forward? What would you say?
So the first thing that came to mind, which is kind of a fun image, a playful image. And so that would be, it's almost like going to Disneyland, it's your Disney fast pass of
Disney Fast
um,
Pass.
of getting to where you want to be. And it doesn't have to be scary, like you said. It can be fun, it can be joyful, it can be happy, because it's like, and I really like saying this, but it's like taking out the trash.
Mm,
You really have to remove the old.
mm,
If you have a trash can with a trash bag, you can't put anything else in there. So you have to take that out physically in order to create this new space of abundance.
mm.
And so, but that abundance can be anything that you want it to be. And so I think that's where people might be getting stuck, is that they think, well, if I start this path, then what's going to happen? Because they're uncertain and they're
Yeah,
not familiar with change or what's going to be coming forward. And I think it's really good to remind them that they have the ability to replace that space with something that they really want and desire. It's just like changing out your couch that you've had for over 20 years.
I
You
love that.
have the ability to replace it with something better. And it is always something better. If you're not happy with something in your life, you have the ability to change it. And so you can ask yourself, this or something better. And I think that is also important because it gives us our own individual power and control. And so they also need to be reminded that they have their own, that they're still in their power and they're actually bringing back their power. And, there's
Yes.
just so much that can come along with that, such as soul retrieval. There's lots of healing on many levels, but it's just a remembrance of embracing that inner child and coming home to yourself. I think that is the message that I would like to share.
Thank you, Holy One. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. All right. Well, we're going to keep moving forward in this connection and see where it leads us. But I know we're going somewhere really beautiful. And I'm already grateful for all the spaces we've already been. So thank you for your time, for coming in and sharing your connection with what you already do, and then being so open and gracious with your experiential spaces with this cosmic quantum energy that you've been connecting with for maybe about 7 months now or so. Um, I'm really grateful to you. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for your insight. Thank you for your time. And thank you for your service and all the ways you are assisting humanity as well. Blessings upon you, Holy One. And thank you all for being in this space. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, please feel free to share. If you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so. If you liked this content, give it a thumbs up. That helps as well. And we are just so grateful to walk together. So thank you all for being who you are in this now. Blessings, Holy Ones. Blessings.